Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back once again with another reaction in the Fallout series. This is it, this is the finale of Season 1, this is Episode 8 and it is called The Beginning. Last episode. Another episode where we followed several storylines throughout it. We got some more of the Cooper flashback where at the end he did decide to hack his wife's Pip-Boy, so he will now be listening into what he can hear through her Pip-Boy. Not exactly a morally black or white decision, certainly a grey area given the fact he was approached by, clearly a serious group telling him there was clearly something going on, and then you've got the spousal trust issue, so it is a conflict of trusts, I guess. But we all have to ask ourselves, if we were in his position and people approached us telling us that about our spouses, what would we do? The glorious and peaceful residents of Vault 4 allowed Lucy and Maximus to leave after a hilarious sequence where at first we thought Lucy was going to get executed, then they comically just, send her out into the wasteland with 2 weeks worth of supplies no less, but Maximus saw her being marched to the atrium with a black hood on, so he thought she was about to get beheaded or something. Steals the fusion core, charges in, smashes the security around. It was a hilarious scene, and after they got kicked out, Maximus was also nice enough to sacrifice his power armor just to give Vault 4 the fusion core back. So just now his power armor's kinda in an immobile state outside Vault 4. I don't believe that's the last time we see it. I think he'll find another fusion core and go back for it, but for the time being. But thinking about that plot, I'm thinking, what fusion cores are there out there? And the first one that springs to mind is the one that is now in the possession of the chicken fucker who was given the fusion core for fixing the squire's foot. That seems like a pretty easy guy to get a very valuable and necessary item from, so maybe that's where Maximus gets the fusion core from, but yeah, other than that, who knows. Then him and Lucy catch up with the squire at the radio shack, and the squire walks backward into a booby trap that goes through his neck and then turns him into a ghoul. Absolutely crazy series of events, and one thing I've noticed with this writing is it sort of walks you into a predictable thing, and then it'll do something that you're just completely not expecting within that setup. And again, I was not expecting the scribe, even though the scene started with him complimenting the radio guy on his booby traps. I just didn't expect him to walk back into one, nor when he did, turn into a ghoul. So yeah, little things like that which vary what you'd expect and just constantly have kept me entertained through this show. And there's been stuff like that I haven't been expecting every episode, really. Like when I'm thinking back, there genuinely has been. From Maximus just going on a god trip in the power armor and throwing shit at buildings, to the clumsy radroach coming through the window. I could think of little moments like that from every episode, so I have to again just applaud the writing for keeping it fresh like that. And then at the end of that segment, we saw the Brotherhood of Steel come in. Maximus smash the face of a different head, so he's going to give them a fake head, and gave Lucy an opportunity to escape, and it looks like he's just going to accept his fate and allow the Brotherhood to catch him. And then back into Vault 33, and we saw the day where certain residents were allocated that they had to move into 32. Some of them didn't want to go. We saw the big guy who just lost out on the Overseer vote try to stay, and the security forcibly make him go into 32. So it shows that there ain't no choice about this, you are going to 32. The undertone of the secret totalitarianness of it was shown in that moment when the security just stepped in front of the door. Brace yourselves, you guys are going to be so impressed with me. Norm takes one last look at Stephanie and Chet. Seriously, so proud of knowing all three of those guys' names before the finale for this episode. So Chet and Stephanie, they look a bit apprehensive about the move as well. But Norm takes the opportunity while the moving in ceremony is taking place to sneak away into the Overseer Betty's office. On his way to Overseer Betty's office, he walks past security guard Graham. I'm lying about that last part. That security guard could have been called, Fred for all I know. It's definitely not Graham, but, I was trying to really overplayed my hand there. I was, sort of impressed with myself with the earlier name remembrances, and I tried to take it one fucking step too far in the story of my fucking life. But yeah, Norm gets into the security room, hacks into the terminal, and gets direct contact with Vault 31. I forget the exact term he used, mission not going as planned or something, but that prompted the response, "Are you compromised?" And then they said, "Come to Vault 31 immediately." He went to the doors. I wasn't expecting them to open them, because I'm assuming they have like a camera, but But I guess there isn't actually a camera out the front of a vault door, is there? So yeah. He did say hello in his Norm voice though, and they still opened the door for him. He walks in, seems completely devoid of human life, and we hear a repetitive mechanical noise that draws his attention. He looks shocked. The end. And what a prickish place to end it on, and I'm so happy that I am now 7 days past getting to watch it right the fuck now, because I've been wondering what was shocking him all week. Thanks for that, Fallout. So yeah, this is episode 8 of season 1 of Fallout, the beginning. Let's check it out and see what it's saying to it.
Where are you taking him?
To the real world. You should see it sometime.
At this point in the series, you would think, you know, I would hate Moldova. She is the primary villain, clearly. She kidnapped Lucy's father and shit, but just the fact she was so anti-Vault-Tec pre-war, you have to assume she was on the side of good at some point, because Vault-Tec has never been the side of good. Do you know what I'm saying? So there must be more to her than her just being an evil person. I feel like she's going to reveal some hard-to-learn truths, perhaps, to some of the primary characters when they catch up with her. Or perhaps she already did that to Cooper in the past. Obviously, because he's one of our primary characters, in my head right now I'm thinking, you know, there's no way they're going to execute him. Something else has to happen. But then I don't know how messed up this show's going to take it, you know. They might have decided in the writing process to have that Game of Thrones ruthless edge to it, where one of the primary characters we met in season 1 will die by the end of it. I hope not.
Feeling clear for landing. The locals put up a fight, but so did we.
Such a Brotherhood of Steel thing to say. Shut the fuck up, Team America. And that's not me like dissing America in general. That's me saying sometimes Brotherhood of Steel members say shit that literally sounds like dialogue from the Team America puppets. Nice to see the scuba team show up. The apocalypse can't be all swimming with two-headed dolphins. Get the fuck up and show respect. The least impressed looking scribe of all time there.
Not the first time. A brother in your company has fallen into misfortune.
Shit, now that's a good point. They will remember the things he did earlier in the base. And that lady that he injured to get the job as squiring for the night, she seems like she's now like the assistant to the scribe, so she's moved on up. That's good.
Please listen to me! I can get you the real head.
I wonder how he knew the head was fake.
Please, my lord. My injury was my own doing, not his.
That's so cool of her to stick up for him like this. Thank God. I didn't think for sure they were gonna kill him, but I wasn't 100% sure how, you know, fucked up this show was gonna take it. Like, I think we're in all agreement at this point. You know, it's a great show, and you kill who you want, but Lucy can never die, Cooper can never die, Maximus can never die, and the dog can never die, right? That's my rules.
How did Titus die?
He died running.
That's fucking true, you know. Titus was a pussy.
Power is taken, not given. The lesson you seem to have learned.
That's weird though, you know, he's saying that because he's adapted to the new ruthlessness, it's a good thing. Surely that means the Brotherhood are going to take a more ruthless turn, if that's what this scribe approves of.
We will start a new brotherhood with me as its head.
He's planning to branch off, so this will be something different from the Brotherhood and the Enclave.
Build one with me.
Well, that scene took an interesting turn I wasn't expecting. You would think Maximus will do this as well, because if he says no, that scribe will have him executed. Oh, here we go. Quest completed, Lucy. XP gained. Congratulations. Damn, Moldova is killing it with the corn crops though. Not the healthiest colour I've seen, but you know, shit's edible. Sunset Sarsaparilla sign there. Whoever wrote this fucking loved New Vegas.
You know, most guys who could ride this nice, they wouldn't be willing to get their hands dirty.
1, those cars are so cool, and 2, I was hoping we would get a little bit more of this storyline in the finale. We need to see if he hears something or not, don't we?
Cool.
Is that power armor guy again?
I can fix it myself. I just need to figure out where the Pip-Boy is trying to transmit to.
I'm heading out.
That'd be even worse if he didn't hear anything and his wife figured out it was transmitting to him before he even got any good intel.
Ideally, Bud's buds will keep my project on track centuries into the future.
Shit, now he's talking about life extension technology. The only thing I can think of like that in Fallout is the technology Mr. House was using in New Vegas. Wow, that is a beautiful view Moldova has, considering it's a wasteland.
Dad.
Hey, at least he's still alive. Although now I think he's some weird Vault 31 person, but you know, it's her dad still. Damn, she is eating good.
Join us.
That looks like a fully feral ghoul. How the fuck has it been pacified?
I was gonna walk in here and blow everybody up.
On some Walter White shit.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna keep things civil.
Moldova has to let this end peacefully now. Give Lucy her dad. Done. Now, what is in this little chip? Why was it so important?
What if I tell you how I know your father? Who he really is?
Oh, fuck.
You think your father was born in a vault, like your brother.
Are we getting the full Vault 31 explanation right now?
He's the future of humanity.
A robo-brain cleaning machine. Okay, that's not as creepy as I thought we were gonna see.
This one's it. I'll get it this time. The key to the future of humanity is a...
Well, I've seen robo-brains before, so this isn't shocking to me. It would be interesting if this entire vault was ran by robo-brains, but then how the fuck were they sending new overseers across?
Initiate Protocol 53. Alright, just hold still.
That is incredible. I thought Vault 31 was gonna have some insane security.
Do you mind if I bring him by? Just to meet you for a moment?
Of course. Yeah, always happy to meet a fan.
Damn, Cooper, I thought you were meant to be a good actor. Rob Cole West Tech. Big MT!
Let's call this one.
Big MT! Holy shit, that's my favourite New Vegas DLC and my favourite Fallout DLC of all time. I love the Big MT and the Old World Blues DLC.
We're here to offer you an opportunity. We'd like to collaborate on some of our vaults.
This is a horrific collaboration, by the way, because this is like all the most powerful companies in America in this world.
Our vaults have the resources to survive for centuries. Every other human who isn't us will be dead on the surface.
That's so fucked up.
That is how we will win the great game of capitalism, not by outfighting anyone.
But by outliving them.
This is such a creepy conversation. I could imagine this shit taking place in some clandestine room right now somewhere in the world. And what would you make with that level of information? The fact Cooper knew this pre-war as well is crazy.
When I think about the future, I think about my daughter.
This is her moment to like give a good speech, and I've got a horrible feeling she's gonna end this speech with something equally as evil.
I am the overseer here. My orders must be followed.
That fucking dude's the overseer. What the fuck is this place?
Is this where my dad's from?
You'll never find out. Oh, he's gonna find out.
I like the optimism of this poorly equipped robo-brain. They could have gave him an Assaultron body, but no, he's a fucking Roomba.
These are Bud's buds. My buds.
Oh, Buds, that's the shit the power armor guy was talking about.
A well-trained staff of highly supervised junior executives for my own assistant training program.
Oh, they're all in cryopods. Shit. So all these people were pre-war and they're just thawing themselves out sequentially.
You can play out your own ideas for how to create the perfect conditions for humanity.
Wow, that is fucking horrible because it explains how so many of them ended up as twisted experiments.
People who will inherit the Earth after we've wiped the surface clean.
There is no way these pricks are inheriting the Earth.
What about using a vault to develop a super mutant soldier using illegal immigrants?
We could pump psychotropic drugs.
This is fucked up, man. Wow. And that is what happens when you get a bunch of sociopaths leading countries who now have the power to play God with experimental technology on human beings.
How can you guarantee results?
By dropping the bomb ourselves.
Oh my god. Poor Cooper, man. His wife is the worst of the bunch. I fucking knew the speech would end in that horrible way. And that confirms everything that was hinted at throughout the games I've played, that Vault-Tec were truly the ones behind it. I thought they just muddled confusion between China and America, making both believe nukes had already been launched, causing them both to launch, you know, counter nukes kind of thing. I didn't realise they'd literally dropped their own fucking bomb.
Huge fan. I'm Henry, but everyone calls me Hank.
Oh man, the twists keep on coming in this show. I'm a bit like gobsmacked at this shit. I really want to like Lucy's father. He seemed like such a nice guy in the first episode. But oh my god, if he's part of these companies, he can go fuck himself.
This is our chance to make war obsolete.
Dropping a bomb on everyone is an interesting way to remedy the fact that humans are always in conflict.
What do you know about my mother?
She was like you.
If he had anything to do with his wife's death, seriously, fuck him as a character. Just now, I still, even though he's a pre-war company piece of shit, I still sort of want to like him because he's Lucy's dad, but he better not have had anything to do with his own wife's death.
Dane, they're sending you?
Punishment for what I did to myself?
I feel like Maximus is going to end up betraying this person again, because if he ends up siding with the Scribe, at some point they're going to have to betray this Brotherhood of Steel group. I don't know if that means they're going to straight up just turn around and shoot them all, or just leave.
I'm leaving with her. I am going back to where she came from.
That's so cool that he had that in his head when Lucy offered him to go back to the vault with her. I mean, now that she knows the truth about her own vault, she will never want to return for obvious reasons, but it was a nice thing, you know, at the time. Like I said last episode, will never happen, a nice thought. And it's even nicer that Maximus is still thinking about that nice thought. And that's just going to motivate Maximus further to double-cross everybody with the Scribe, because this Brotherhood won't let him find Lucy, but I feel like the Scribe would, just so he sides with him. Fucking hell, Moldava lives in an actual mansion, doesn't she?
Something was siphoning the vault's water away. She deduced that civilization had returned to the surface.
Ah, that was clever.
And that's when she realized that her husband, the overseer, was hiding things.
Fuck off. Please tell me he didn't have anything to do with her dying.
And took her children. And she found this wonderful city.
Shit, she escaped the vault.
He took the children, and he burned that city to the ground.
Oh my god. No fucking way. Is that true?
Shady Sands.
She's lying, Lucy.
He blew up Shady Sands. I was wondering why they've been mentioning it throughout this series. Even Vault 4 was about the people lost in Shady Sands. So her dad did that.
What you brought me is cold fusion. It's limitless energy.
Oh fuck. So on that chip in his head is the sort of schematics for cold fusion. See, Moldava isn't the villain at all, is she?
All I need is for him to give me the code.
Lucy! Look at me!
So he's kicking up such a big fuss just to not give her the code for a free energy source in an apocalypse. I don't understand what his motivation is. Are these companies still being pricks about thinking they can control the world? Look at the world.
What happened to her?
I think you know.
So he killed his own wife. That's not Lucy's mother. You are fucking kidding me. Holy shit. I'm fucking speechless at this shit. Oh man, seriously, I do not know what to say. This is amazing.
Give her the code, Dad.
Yeah, he's being an absolute asshole not giving her the code at this point. It's free energy. If this is actually cold fusion technology, this truly will change the wasteland. That's so cool. And the new California Republic flag, wow. I wonder how this storyline is going to carry into the next season of this show. Will it really change the world? Will they start to distribute it to cities and people for free power, etc.? And you gotta feel for Lucy. I mean, what a heartbreaking series of things to find out about your own father and mother within like 2 minutes. I also predicted that this storyline would take another season for us to fully get to the bottom to, and it is so satisfying that we are getting it this season.
You can't go home, Son of Tank. Not with what you've learned.
If the Roomba threatened to do that to me, I would straight away start compromising the cryo tanks and be like, cool, all your future overseers are gonna die. Let me out or all your overseers are dead, you stupid little fucking vacuum. Move.
Not much food in here, except the occasional very large bug. I'd certainly put myself to sleep if I could.
Don't do it, Norm. Don't do it, Norm. I just learned your name, Norm. Do not go into cryo. It was actually an easy one. I was editing last week's episode and heard someone call him Norm, and I was like, oh, like Norm Macdonald, one of my top 5 favourite comedians of all time. Easy. Then I heard someone call his cousin Chet, and I was like, well, that's a douchebag, softer bro name I won't forget in a hurry. Then someone called Chet's wife, Stephanie, and I was like, fuck off, Kill Bill eye patch assassin lady.
That woman over there, she's no different than me.
Completely disagree. Completely disagree. After having seen this entire season, seeing how she was operating pre-war against these big companies, and seeing that her main motivation post-war was to simply get cold fusion technology working, I mean, she's not really a villain at all. I suppose you could slightly call her villainous for the deaths her Raider gang committed during the Vault 43 attack, but aside from that, what's she done really?
The Brotherhood? Barricade the door!
Oh, fuck.
Don't let anyone in here!
So we're getting a Brotherhood of Steel versus Moldaver's gang showdown. Moldaver's gang are gonna get fucked up.
I loved your mother, but you stopped being your mother when she left home.
Fuck off, mate. That's some absolute serial killer shit to say. You literally blew up a city and turned her mother into a ghoul. Go fuck yourself, mate. Forever. I liked you this whole season as well. Wow. Kyle MacLachlan, you fucking devil, you. Oh, Moldava has air defences. This might be a bit closer than I thought if she could take out a few of these things in the air. Shit, that was close. That is fucked up. Sliced on the propeller. Oh, that's one down. This is a crazy confrontation, you know, and all my thoughts about the final episode, I just did not expect this.
Forced to do horrible things in order to survive.
Moldaver's gang have got no chance against the Brotherhood of Steel, seriously. They're too well armoured, too well equipped.
Between their violent world.
Moldaver's gang are just sort of wearing combat armour kind of looking shit, like the Disciples almost, in the Nuka World DLC. Yeah, I'm not even feeling tension here, because I'll just be surprised if Moldaver wins. The only way this ends in my eyes is with the Brotherhood of Steel victorious. Lucy still in a completely understandable state of shock. Well, that surprises me that even a couple of the dudes in power armor got killed by these guys.
A bright new sun.
The two battling flags in the background there, that's great. I really hope Moldava wins this battle after knowing everything about her, I'm not gonna lie. I'm more Team Moldava than I am Team Brotherhood of Steel, that's for sure.
The problem with the world is factions, endlessly fighting, endlessly at war.
But you yourself are a faction. That's what these people never understand. And then guess what? When you're the only faction left, guess what happens? Your faction splinters into factions.
Don't want to walk alone.
Fair play to Moldaver's gang, she must hire some high-level raiders. These guys are putting up a decent fight. It's still not gonna end well for them though, is it?
Until you say you're mine.
Just mowing them down now. Even 2 knights, really, with good enough guns could have probably took this place out. I never thought about that, but yeah, you could use them as like riot shields basically as well by walking behind them.
I bet that outfit makes y'all feel like a big man, don't it?
Oh shit, Cooper's showing up in the finale.
Well, I used to wear one back in the day. There was a flaw in the welding.
Cooper used to wear power armor. What the fuck? Oh shit, he is so accurate. Imagine being able to one-shot a dude in power armor. What a G, took the fusion core to cause a blackout in the room as well. Cooper's so savvy. I wonder when Cooper was in power armor. Oh shit, this reminds me of the scene in Equilibrium near the start when he busts through the two doors in the warehouse and then shoots out the lights, and then we see a lot of gunshot flashes in the darkness. Also kind of used again with the machine gun fire in the movie The Batman from a few years ago.
Open the door, Lucy. Open the door, let's go.
Don't listen to a word this motherfucker says, Lucy. You have been doing fine by yourself, trust me. You've leveled up like 6 or 7 levels in 1 season so far. Your dad ain't getting no XP in that fucking cage. Can't even pick the lock. Your mum doesn't look like she wants him out either. Did Moldova win? I guess thanks to Cooper, maybe she did.
Lucy. Lucy!
Hold on a second, did Maximus just kill another knight as he was heading to the room where he knew Lucy was to free her? Maximus shouldn't have shot that cage open so quickly. I guess this is my one actual criticism of this show, you know. Maximus's backstory. It's basically the identical backstory to the Mandalorian, including some of the shots of, you know, a guy in armor standing over a child offering him his hand. There's like literally identical shots lifted from the backstory in the Mandalorian TV show. And the other problem I have with that is they've combined that with the Indiana Jones fridge thing. So it's like derivative or if not straight plagiaristic as fuck, mixed with the shittest part of the shittest Indiana Jones film. I completely missed how her dad got in the power armor there, given that speech. It's really hard to react sometimes and try and see everything while giving your thoughts. But needless to say, I hope Maximus is okay, because getting punched by one of them things must suck.
You're not gonna hurt me.
Shoot him, Lucy. Think of the XP. It's at least 50.
You want another autograph, young Henry?
I would have rather Cooper let Lucy headshot him than just wound him in the face like that.
Where's my fucking family?
So his family might still be alive. Oh my god, this is incredible. It's set up season 2 in a single set of sentences there. If Cooper's family might still be alive and in a vault somewhere, I mean, he's got to obviously go find them. Now we've got Lucy's dad in power armor as a villain for season 2 as well. What an absolute battleground that was. And fair play to Moldaver's forces. Obviously Cooper turned the tide for them, but they were putting up a good fight considering what they were up against.
Now you can stay here. They will kill you and everybody here.
True, Lucy is much better off hanging about with Cooper right now. Plus then we get a little Cooper-Lucy dog trio and that's badass as fuck. And I've got a feeling the last thing we'll see here is Lucy putting her mother out of her misery. Yeah, they're not even teasing me with this, it's for her mum. Of course it was for her mum. Why even film it like they were gonna suggest she was gonna shoot Cooper in the back right there? You can't trick me all the time, right? Or go fuck yourself. Trying to trick me with a close pan into Cooper's back. Fuck off. Had you spotted from the get-go. You might have like fooled me with like 7 twists in a single episode, but that one with a gun on Cooper's back, ha! In your fucking face, finally, you clever, sneaky little shit of a writer. I hope you write season 2.
Okie dokie.
I'm liking Lucy's okie dokie catchphrase. Yeah, now there's a question. We've now got a working cold fusion reactor just sat in Moldaver's place and almost everyone's dead. I hope that shit doesn't go to waste and it isn't just destroyed.
Lucy.
Oh, it's good to see Maximus is alive though. He took a full-on punch to the face with a power fist. He's probably lost about 14 years worth of memories, but aside from that he's fine. And seriously, I'm more heartbroken for Moldaver because she worked hard to get the most pristine spot in California, a little mansion on a hill, and it's been absolutely decimated. Oh, she's alive! I'm so happy she's alive! And what does activating it do, I wonder? Does she have something ready to be powered up?
We did it, Rose.
I guess this is Moldaver dying now though. That's a shame because I really wanted her to be alive for season 2. I hope Moldaver hasn't just died. What a crazy shot that is. Now the question is, can more of these devices be made? Is this a technology that can be shared around, or is this the one source and now is like a point of interest that needs to be protected kind of thing? Oh man, who'd have thought Moldaver would be the true hero of this series? She fought the good fight for hundreds of years.
Is that their leader?
So rest in peace to Moldaver, great character. Way more depth to her than I initially assumed there would be. Like, amazingly written. And now Maximus is getting credit for killing the leader, so he's getting a quick move up in rank. So that's going to give him even more power to convince more members of the Brotherhood to go into this new faction with him and the Scribe.
We three, we're not a crowd.
And the most important thing, the dog survived this series.
My shadow.
Hollywood sign in the background there for the dumb Scottish people among us, thank you, because by the Santa Monica Pier you showed in the first episode, I had no idea where the show was still. Hollywood sign episode 1 would have helped drastically.
I walk with my shadow.
Oh, teasing a Deathclaw. We never got one season 1, but at least we see its skull. We know they exist.
We'll wait.
And where the fuck is Lucy's dad going? Yo! No fucking way! That's New Vegas! No way! Are you serious? No way, man. Oh my god. Oh, I can't believe this. They better have announced a season 2. Have they announced a season 2? I cannot believe it if they go to New Vegas in season 2. That'll be amazing. I don't know what to say. I need a little moment to think about it all. Okay, and that was episode 8, the finale of season 1 of Fallout, the beginning, and I will be back in just a moment with my thoughts on that. So, the beginning, what did I think of that? In my opinion, they definitely saved the very best for last. This is a 10 out of 10, incredible episode from start to finish for me. So many twists and reveals were thrown at us, and it wasn't heavy-handed again. It all felt like they were reaching their natural conclusions and the reveals were coming at an organic pace, but there was a lot in this episode, so I don't even know if I'm going to literally remember them all, so I'll try. So, the Vault Triangle was concluded as soon as Lucy got to Moldaver's. It was fully explained and we were getting flashes to Norm in the vault while she was explaining it. Norm encounters a Robo-Brain who is also the sole occupant of Vault 31 and also a very poorly equipped security robot, as we soon find out, and literally all the overseers are just people from the old world who've been kept in cryopods, and it was a plan by all the companies to keep high-ranking members alive and just thaw one out one after the other as overseers until they all returned to the surface. So yeah, Lucy's dad was pre-war, unfortunately, and working for a horrible company, unfortunately, and the hits kept coming from there about this prick, unfortunately. And then that segment ended with the Robo-Brain trapping Norm within Vault 31 and saying, you know, you might as well get in a cryopod, otherwise you'll die here. And Norm started to walk towards them, but we didn't actually see him get in a cryopod. I hope he did what I suggested and threatens to sabotage sabotage all the other people currently in cryopods, thus forcing the robo-brain to open the doors for him, because the robo-brain won't want to lose the lives of all the future overseers. And this all came about, we saw the most insidious meeting of all time in the flashbacks between all these company members, and I did see this moment coming, but you know, they all chimed in about their horrific ideas of what sort of vaults they could create. The triangle vault idea was literally theorised at that very first meeting we saw, along with a lot of other horrible vaults such as how super mutants were created, etc. with the FEV virus. And then Cooper's wife gets the floor and it's setting it up, so I knew it was coming, but I just felt so bad for Cooper because he was like literally earpiece in, cheering her on to do the right thing and be a human about it. And our speech started nice and then ended with the most fucking evil last couple of paragraphs out of everybody at the table, and you just saw his heart break. And man, there just doesn't seem to be a good apple in the bunch with these companies. So even Lucy's dad, you know, like this whole series, I was rooting for him because I just have my memory of him from that first episode, and he seemed like a genuinely good overseer, one of these white picket fence apple pie type motherfuckers, and a loving father and parent. So, you know, what else can you really ask for upon, you know, first viewing of someone? So I was rooting for him to be alive, and I was rooting for Lucy to find him this entire season. There's quite a long portion with the Maximus and Brotherhood pre-assault on Moldaver's place, but it can be summed up very briefly in that they end up not killing him, obviously, and the Squire pulls him aside and secretly offers to conspire with him to create another branch-off subsidiary from the Brotherhood, which there is already with the Enclave and a couple other things like the Brotherhood Outcasts. So it wouldn't be unheard of, it would just be interesting to see what the Squire had in mind and what philosophically would make them different from these other branch-offs. Would it be more evil? Would it be better? But yeah, so fast forward, Lucy gets to Moldaver's place. Moldaver drops all those bombs about Lucy's father and then continues with a literal bomb drop because apparently Lucy's mother ended up running away from the vault when she found out, and Lucy's dad came after her, took the kids and dropped a bomb on Shady Sands. So he was the one that was responsible this entire season for the destruction of Shady Sands, and Moldaver, meanwhile, we find out, is trying to get the secret ingredient for cold fusion technology this entire season. So it's a complete bait and switch. She's not really a villain, he's not really a good guy. And now when you look back at Moldaver's story arc, and you know, I've been saying this ever since we saw the first flashbacks of her, I was like, you know, well, she can't be your typical Raider because she's on the side of good, you know, against Vault Tech. But as the story developed, we see that she was truly one of the people that foresaw exactly what these companies were planning to do and was desperately attempting to stop it. And even after they managed to go through with their plans, she was still desperately attempting to initiate the cold fusion reactor, thus providing power to that entire city. Even though it was a destroyed city, it's now got working lights, so you can see the destruction 24/7. It makes for some beautiful photographs. And yeah, on top of that, we got the Brotherhood storming Moldaver's place, which I was not expecting in the least, and it was a great little action sequence. Straight away when the Brotherhood landed, I thought Moldaver's crew were fucked, because you just see one or two knights in power armor and you just think that is so tough to deal with, especially when they're able to carry really heavy assault rifles and miniguns and shit. So in a firefight, they're always outgunning you as well. It's just an uphill battle, really, isn't it? And up to a point, it looked like a fair fight, but when we saw that point of the Brotherhood storming the interior and then just mowing down like 30 of Moldaver's people, I was like, okay, the tide's turning now, Moldaver's fucked. But then Cooper shows up just in time for the finale, knows about a weak point in the power armor because he, as he just revealed, he used to wear some, which is curious enough in and itself that I hope we get some flashbacks to that in future seasons, and just decimates an entire Brotherhood squadron, knights, squires and all single-handedly. Absolute legend of a character, you know, they're just writing him to be the badass of the show and it's working like a charm, what can I say? And then Maximus comes to see Lucy and stupidly frees her father from the cage and allows her father to get into that other fallen knight's power armor, which he then uses to knock Maximus flat unconscious. Cooper arrives, Lucy's dad manages to escape before telling Cooper where his family are, so now we know that Cooper's family may yet still be alive in a vault somewhere. And then Cooper says to Lucy, I know where he's going, come with me. So it looks like series 2 might start with Cooper, Lucy and the dog on a little mission to follow Lucy's father. And after they leave, Maximus wakes back up just in time for us to see Moldaver activate the cold fusion device and just power the entire destroyed city, which was an incredible visual to see out of the broken window in Moldaver's mansion. She dies proud that she's finally got what she wanted and shit, and it's kind of bittersweet, you know, because this whole season we thought she was someone she wasn't. She was actually a very good person fighting for good, so to see any good character die is always a shame. I would have loved to have seen Moldaver continue into season 2 personally, but you know, it is what it is. At least this show has death of characters who we come to like, because you know, if everybody's just invincible, what's the point of watching? There's no tension, everybody's gonna be okay. And then the Brotherhood catch up with Maximus and assume he's the one that killed Moldaver, and he gets heralded as some sort of hero, so I'm assuming he's gonna be getting a quick promotion up the ranks. And like I said, that'll probably just give him more power, that when the Elder Scribe convinces him to branch off with them, he's going to be able to talk more people into joining them. And then on top of that, at the very end, they teased that Lucy's dad was going to New Vegas, one of the most iconic Fallout locations of all time. I absolutely love it. There's like 5 casinos there, the NCR patrol there. I don't even know if the NCR are going to be there when he arrives, like who knows how it's changed, but I just love New Vegas, and the fact that it has to be in season 2 now is just absolutely incredible, and perhaps the most shocking twist to me of all the ones we saw this episode. And all in all, just what an incredible season 1 of Fallout, and I want to thank my Patreons again for knowing that this was something personal to me and allowing me to take that little break in between seasons 2 or 3 of Fargo just to watch this shit, and I've been so happy you guys allowed me to do that, and I'm even happier that it was actually a great show, and I cannot wait for season 2 of this shit. If you've liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below and share these videos around to anyone you think might appreciate them or want to watch these reactions along with us. My Patreon link is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance, and you also get access to full-length versions of everything I react to. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and my channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA, peace.